ho a etiti nipa mu a tribal e chensa na sanya ma yakoso party de ma che minim se ombeka ya last election bibi say si ma ona abukojina baby can showdown no e ne say showdown e ne den ya ma me haje ahum Said ona na ye MPP agent e North East minim se mo kaya North East Alan agent wo ho a say ye bo no e man ke ye papa na ni same thing haje ahum and now coming in a casa so. I say, on bound almost now, wow, we crummy no. Would the house also protect in Japan and also so their wall. And it is a boom in there. No, about say, just say, the book of free a fast I show down in our buy. I say a party back home. Now, can PPD, it didn't say a party. Say, you only pay free baby, Northern People's Party, different party in Nayaka and Wabuma. From the United Party, I know, yeah, back was made the more about the MPP no. Kasam papa, money, if you have away, if you have and came now, yeah, election. Not very dangerous thing will be here. So, person picture the North against the South, especially against Ashanti region. Now, they create a stronghold war. I don't know what strategy is informing that, but I'm here very careful. Cause a party no, o try say what to party nim now o koye tribalism o baby, na do baby say it will catch up with you. And on I then I catch up with omo. Honorable Ebeka Wansem no, it will catch up with them. Honorable ba Wansem I know no koye some paid story be say honorable is preaching
a paid story.
Oh, honey. So I go in anymore. Koye story be say honorable is preaching accounts against other minority groups, which is not true. Video where all injustice are air cost for home is a muka honorable to honorable to go do na lerigu. Some same way as a party in same Tiana yeah, say maybe be a mukra baby because a good party in home. Yeah. Last election, Northeast, baby, I see Kenya 00000. A country money no crack. And you crack. Wale Kenya 92. Omo recording a man is 0. There's evidence to effect. Na lerigu same thing. Na lerigu na okay na kasa. Amount for na obi approach no. On say me tuma o me try. On that channel we say me tuma o me try. On that channel. Some crofo no can free in me ma 0 ha. Can free constituency ho. A tire ye di o mo fam. E bi ko adwane. E bi o kra ahemfo afre from say mo ye be bra mo krom ha. Na mugu kro nani mase obi anka ye ka no kre no na mo de ahefo na mo intimidate amanfo ene asem bi around ka o Facebook kra na chese me mobo
se amanfo na wo mo de adanse abetro na abo ken se openi
se ya do bi ebi ko that ebi gusu watermelon si ya mo intimi nkom krom na make a show ebi gusu watermelon si ya mo intimi nkom krom na mo si yen na ye bako yen na ye party cro yen kambo and so in the north more yeah so much tribal politics ebe dia ma party na ko ni ebe dia ma man na ko ni party no nya sa na tie osem na se ban panyinfo a match na party ni ehun se the party no esi brave fitite ehye ni o ma ehun bi say kra ene kwa dey time say Omasa akwa text messages to people in the north, fake text messages to people in the north. Akwa trust say Kennedy Japan. Say so what's a text message? You know, text message ID. No, you can easily hack into it.
Okay.
Or yeah, ID the same or send there. If you have a messages, also will be sent that. Akwa text messages sending to people in the north. I should actually say, you as an Akan, we are all an Akan party, and we shouldn't allow minorities to rule. Said to say the free Kenya Japan on eba. Na ka sebe Kenya Japan ka sebe yo ka the team for no ka yemi nyansa kra no ka your message you say ka no of na ke be send yako. Ka your message you say you send the message to get accounts you say ka no of na be send yako. Sebe ke yemi nyansa kra no ka no of na be send yako. But this is the politics they are playing. Send these messages to the north. It is a team be na ka ya ye nya se bi aye papa. Say Kennedy no be bi ani ayo so monto mbo ase otuefo. And on can say, you maybe, and all control and the team force will free now, comes because of send across the country. Who loses? Losing on the MPP.
Yeah.
Now also send this and yes so if you are playing this tribal game, who loses?
Obi so be kase se honorable Ken kase baby a ye gina no we shouldn't allow the minority to control us. Ye making sure say yen so ye be de ye ho na okotu kra otumfo e ka se ma wasante sem ehia. Oh, that means say won so awase ha no wo so hu nua se wutimi hu nua ene ade I mean ka ye preach a message e ho de se nke fa ho no so no wo be ka se ankoyi ana
me say sa tribal blackmail na e koso no tribal blackmail na e koso na you see as I make am say tribal blackmail na e koso na ni nyina e gina say party na yin na say enye ne kro yin na do party no enye yin obi ko no fa na omo preach tribalism obedras ye ha dia say yin na ye kro eno ne asem no enti wo was out na I mean say party there obi a ne the reason inti a odom party o person support obi how obi a o feel say Dr. Bawumia no support no genuinely for different reasons, which is fine. And it be our kind and I mean I can near ya can this is me obi a more behind the free role supported or special sports. It be a kind of support Dr. Bawumia out of his own free role, which is fine. It's Obahana when him say Hano obe tribalism or high be no be kwetiano. So ba so e na ye kro muntie me nsem America me or rich ideas it's montuma me. So ko ni kroma onko kasa okoni kroma na ye de ye nyina ye free ha it is all maunua and there's evidence wakika sansem no be even during general election and that's on the team and our members of parliament called the whole North Korea campaign okwa ye meeting agem phone like a campaign meeting there ke phone ho here national security meeting na say nkomo na ye kwa ye pese
e ba bonte
ya agem meeting ya agem phone no mo ke cancel market here ye hwe ni ye your party, and yes, in a party since 92. The BI a coalition can you crown. You vote a year, it's be born by the previous election, it's be born by from 92. The BI a cost sir, if you 92, 1.2 million, a cost rabbi do 6.7 million. Not just so and 2004, 2008, and they be 4.5 million, 4.5 million as you no cry, approximately. That is say your vote is from 6.7 to 4.6 million. Now, cophobia, your margin say, kianeke, true, fair, or foul means. I'm the candidates back one, I'm somebody and I say, atom and tribal. How? MPP now you didn't say that here. MPP another roach, I'm your chairman. Say that here. Kufo MPP the need. Kufo, the MPP the need. MPP another book mu, a cra MPP mu, Emma MPP ni efe. I say na you say the person MPP for I emulate sano maybe ni ko share papa ko for na say o to for say party no ane de wo ye hwe say e betimi aso pa ekura party ni a party ni metimi asa be che power the ko election na ko bia ye ne de fefefe so bi mpese tribalism cause tribalism no so na obusu be ye bia why dey be lusu kese
e be hardly
party no e be lose so no musi koyo ho o me dia graphic here to say there ye be call election about here because MPP for power because say we no call ya select no go fi hands yam to ma no so MPP ni sa kwan no ma share that so and the master is sending fake messages to the north and there ye bo mo kokko o mo hwe ye na party no mo say no na sebe ka ken Japan team ko ye nim nyansa kra no ke be say we send this message we say fake message here I didn't say obi be send the message to Senka or send them account for Senka account for Ntomano. Now we are send it to the north. Omunhwe
ye. No lawyer Kobi Achampong and no
Kobi Amoa myself.
Sorry, Kobi Amoa. May yas Saudi Pachami. Coach Christopher Nimley and so coach Utien Komoy baby a kwa. Utene sano utie honorable Ken nia oka wa ha ene ne ne na nam frama mu aya trotro ene ade na se oye comparison na ye bedru hi
Mr. Enko onem bibi ma me ka sam bi kire me je tie fo ne ahwefo nyina ahwe bi in life your bibi your friend checks and balances
okay
so your nipa na se wo bibi na se obia wo ho bia pe wasema huma
Samum.
Yes, me titiye. Any nya sena ye titi me fa no. You cannot be liked and loved by everybody. It's not possible. And you look at that. I'm a castle. 2023, ye two abano lawyer. Time now you start to say ye bubu abano. When abano fee North Hall, eko ye say obi 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%. Some of us, what? Wow. My initial reaction was, what? Wow. This cannot be possible. Nensuno, there was never a proper grounder over to me there. I challenge it. Sadness, oh, Ghana for, including both MPP, NDC, all the other political parties. I do not say, hey, what do you do about Bawumia 100%? Even Uma krana wa warm. Say ban say ye tuaba on a particular issue. You will not have all of them agreeing on the same page. Engagement. Nansaya honorable that some of us had. Me personally, but there was no empirical evidence. There was no empirical evidence to support the idea. Say, Ampara say. Obi anya 100%. That's na obi so anya 0. Enti na who here say you have to accept it and move with it because those were the results. Recently now, honorable a course of a campaign. And a bededi perfectly clear say Ampara nipa no anya 0. So you ask yourself, why no yes idea? One no orchestrate side and say Yapotuaba Obianya 92 was his son and there was nobody there, including EC4 or more. Ye damn abana show musan say moon kosher say yen to abai free and fair. None of them at the time. Obia jitu say Obinya 0. Obianya 0. And in answer, who said, sadly, ampa, not a nuclear. Now, Nama Adena is so serious, and it's sad, media, Miraho. MPP, Muya Montana elections, Obianco Canasem, Obianco, Neko Canasem, Nipa 5, Enum, Obianco Canasem, a bani sena. Obi kokana sem obi ba ukrom na so be kona na so kwa na mo dani mo after to the same o ti on about say ahimfo cry to me fra obi a on supporting a particular candidate as ohene no omo fi say sa candidate say o support no na wa fra mo say mo nuane mo on support na e kwa ye no be fase wo ha no mo akasa e be ye mo. How do you do that? Nase utie honorable. Without a doubt, one enemy say, Sebi, in life there's always the majority and the minority.
The minority,
yeah. Sadian, a statement will be calm. Umani hawa. Then just you are not facing the facts.
Samum.
Yes, sanity. But in building the political party, we are all equal. But when Mua Sabi, you feed the minority side. Mukasa, ewo baby in some part of the country, no, it turn it towards a certain direction. But when you move away from that area, then your narrative again changes, no. Me who sana misro, because politics is there. Me say I'm in politics, no. And you no crowd, and you intro kakra, no kakra. Udi intro, na so udi no kanwa. I personally don't see anything wrong with what Honorable said. On condition that munjai ne mo ye no. That was the input.
Yeah.
Someone nyai ne mo ye no dia. And yes, ye jitum say we are the majority. No. Yes, so your majority who asem no. E ho hia ye.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
I don't see anything wrong with it. One did be at. You see, a conditional statement. Munya ne muya no. Okase a man ye obi ase Canada Japan honorable. Ni mema semno. Why they? Wejai. Ewo ho. Then so a croyent no. Muma ye na yen kambo. This is an internal party elections. After this, there's the bigger deal. The real battle is out there. And Timumayan Kikan Sama a Bekaya Wambo. Mumayan Nudo Yahu Mayan Poyahu Yan Naya Bako. Nesunia Ebenu Yan say Omuko Mukroma and some Kasa or Mukasa. Kennedy or call no or Kakoya the campaign. Or cancel meaning. Mewa.
Okay.
Mama is 0, 0, 0, 0. Do you know why he did that? It was an attempt to bring out the truth. And woe and behold, Oka said, Mama is 0, 0, 0, 0. That was when Nkrofo PP. It is not true. Some of us voted for you. And they came with proper empirical evidence. It just said, Ampa, we voted for you. The moment you see that, you begin to ask yourself, how was this possible? Not just Obi 61% Obi 37% because Obi 92, Obi 80 something, 60 something. That's a mudane 0, 0, 0. Not just say somebody didn't get 61%, somebody didn't get 37%. Those figures are not true. Yet they are best. With somebody like me, Mesre, to keep this party united, we all have to preach the message of unity. Now, we share honorable AGYAPONG, we share BTC Japan, we share honorable Educhon, we share Brana Champo. Why is it that? I mean, this is what I've observed. These 4 candidates, anywhere they've gone, they've preached Yenya Bako. The camp Bako Kwadiye, Omudiye, Omubaha Esun Yomuka, Omukaha Esun Yomuka. But we are all expected, say, Yamiya don't not say, on the 31st of January, that's the Saturday, whoever wins will need the others to team up and go and battle in 2028. You don't want to create more fractions within this party. Because I will create more fractions within the party now. Let's just say you are completely destroying the party. Kika no jaya. Kika no jaya. Munjai say, intimidate. Look, me.
No, but could
Muslims, I not you. Look, I've got committed Muslims friends, sir. I am committed to, and they are committed to me. Your chemistry, your kitano, is beyond measure. I don't need to be a Muslim for a Muslim brother to like me or love me. They don't need to be Christian for me to like them or love them.
Yeah.
From the way you call school together. If you go to our schools, there is unity in our schools.
Exactly.
We don't preach tribalism in our schools. Now, the moment you begin to supine and suppress somebody's knowledge, it's just a new panel because what is it? What is it? Nyame boy o ma obi a adwene ni nyansa. If you think say by virtue of the fact that only pan fikro ba akunti no eso to abamawa, then you are virtually insulting.
Me your hen wo me kuro. Me ne me manfo net ho. E na me manfo ne baako e keka ko nanim. Se to the level so betima be ye mampani. O ti ase. Na se me am your hen no. Me frɛ wo mu se mombra. munuani etimo toma no na omo aka no mamo ntoma wo mu mamo support omo na man support munua no na mo kodi ne pa foforo achi a minimum ndi ne yi ohene mi ni kwas na yesa
e ho ni boni no ohene no wo kwan se obe from say look munua ni e ka me ko a munua mo beta ne chi na mo support no baby say we ohene papa baby say o pass o can say no engosi no. But if you go beyond that and say if you don't vote for him, if you don't give him 100% of our vote, that is where me personally and every well-meaning Ghanaian, rationally thinking Ghanaian will have a problem with any chief who does that. And I said, that is where there's an issue. You can say, this is the son of our land. So now say honorable upon the chroma or he no or 100%. In there abede this says 100% na yellow credit. He can say that. But if say they don't want to give him 100%, you have to respect their views. Because at the end of the day, and you'll be a nation of you, some prejudice. Or you know, our friend in a month for all kinds of stuff. I'm not trying to get more Vidiana. I'm not sure be the manana. I'm not sure be the manana. I'm not sure be the school fees manana. You don't put food on my table. You have every right to tell me what you think I should do. But the final decision of getting to do what I do rests in my bosom. And I should not be punished for that. I should not be completely discarded because of that. Or probably because of that. And then just say, hey, what am I saying? Me dear, look. Stop intimidating. Stop threatening. Stop telling people things that will make sure their life is in danger because they don't support a certain candidate. After all, the records are there. That candidate that you want everybody to support has one been given the chance. Yeah, now you the outcome, and now you outcome. It was abysmal, unacceptable. The least said about the performance, the better. And if you believe in numbers, my mathematics I never hated. That's why I did science. What else? I love math. I love playing with numbers. So what the numbers are here? You will not be attempting to suppress people who think otherwise from what they are being told to do. The numbers are there. The results are there. After giving him 100, when it came to the general elections, those places where he got 100, he ended up getting what? 0, 0, 0, 0. And you ask yourself, correlation why? What's the correlation? It doesn't add up. It does not add up, especially where internally he got 100%. Those 100% internal vote, maybe so the general votes, it will not be a significant percentage, but it should have reflected, say, on your 1%, on your 2%, on your 3%. But if the 100% internal vote, all of a sudden, if you play with numbers, will not give you absolute zero, will give you a certain percentage. If some numbers aren't sure, Nipana 77 previous. First one who forcing the money got 200%, man. Are you trying to say that person on your sea and when one? And I want to.
But coach, near sea and it doesn't mean say any quantity support to Nipanibian. Because we are trying to say Bianca, in as much as say near my no. Still, no, you can
try.
Because I don't go forward GD.
No, you cannot say that I don't go forward GD. It's too emphatic and a statement to make. Because it's not about the internal elections, it's about the national appeal. So be honest that the person doesn't appeal nationally. If you are a political party and you only think locally, and I say domestically, you don't look at the national appeal, then you are virtually leading your party into an abyss. Just be only party in Canadian, forget it. You are not going to benefit from that. Because look, take it or leave it. We are not into frontline politics. Me tell me tuaba. Me yere tuaba. O tuaba. Obia tuaba. At the end of the day, whoever wins will lead this country. And will all kowtow and submit to the leadership of the person. So if we give somebody the leadership of a particular political party like the NPP, and the person goes to the major election and does not appeal to the national interest, that's a Nipani Luzua. You cannot come back and tell me that I should take the person again for another election. Look, now me can't send it. If you look at the numbers in 2020 and you compare it to the numbers in 2024, one thing that is so crystal clear, and yet so clear, bright as snow, very clear to the extent, say, the NDC as a political party appreciated by 1.9%. Approximately, let's say 2% in votes. The NPP as a political party depreciated by 30.9%.
Very dangerous.
Boy, my goodness. Look at the look. When this country, when somebody won an election with 23,000 votes, 23,000 votes, somebody became president. A president I've always admired. The late Professor Figuers. I believe that man would have been one of the best presidents of Ghana. That is my personal opinion. He won the election by 23,000. But at the end of the day, if somebody can, maybe you could have afforded to lose 100,000, lose 200,000, lose 300, because the difference in 2020 was 500,000 plus.
Yes.
So you could have, if somebody only gained an extra 100,000, per the numbers, you had 400,000 votes to defend. You can afford to lose one, you can afford to lose two. But you cannot lose over 2 point something million of your core support base did not like you. And per the voting that took place, 1.7 million of those who voted rejected you. It doesn't add up. So there's a double work to be done. If you present that same candidate, that candidate will have to find a way to convince 2 point something million of his own core support base to go back and believe in him and get them to vote. And as they go to vote, he can only hope, say, the 1.7 million deficit now one, he will crawl it back. And also, very risky, because then you say Ghana how you want. Okay. Professor Mills, the late, did say, Nana Abdul Danko Akufo-Addo, I'll give you free education. I'll do this. I'll do this. He sold the message. Ghanaian bought, and Ghanaian voted for him. John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, the same thing. But for me, look, was it Tuesday or Wednesday? That
was Tuesday.
That was the worst ever day in the history of this country. Mr. Igu, name count here. It is the worst ever day to be a Ghanaian. Unfortunately, this year, so many things have happened. Some of them very disturbing. Top on the list will be our able ministers who died when they were serving this country. They were on the line of duty to serve this country. And a helicopter, unfortunately, me bakubi omo de no ye madam for pa mutala. I forgot. Oh my goodness. May his soul rest in peace. They be Muslim no woman no. Is it Mutala?
Mutala Muhammad.
Yeah, Mutala Muhammad. Look, that will be shame be or say coach.
Yeah.
They me pe wasemo briefie or invite me if yes manko. The day I heard the news, Satana me odemo me kwa, I wept like a boy. I said, Ghana, this cannot be. Let me see. You see now no work no. And you're worse than what happened. They were there. No more Ghana who. But at Ewak, youthful, exuberant boys and girls, the men and women, putting themselves through to go and serve Ghana. who could pay Juma for who? Mr. Nkum, who could pay Juma? Who found the who?
Could say be to me see.
Jesus Christ, unacceptable. And then I've forgotten there's this MP, I've seen some quotes. Say, Mami B. Kase.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
We even have the video.
What? Look, may the good Lord forgive her. No, Nimni Okano. If that had been her child, her daughter, who was out there to help do something to earn a living to support her poor mother and poor father, she wouldn't be making such statements. So let her rest. We will not give her the money. Because it's disgraceful, a shameful, embarrassing for a minister, an MP, to pass such a comment after a very sad and shameful death of these people. Who is talking about jobs? It's Honorable Kennedy Japan. Or industrialization. Look, Eben Mufi said, once a man can say me, dear Honorable now. I say I'll open a factory here. I bet to my employ, let's say the ethanol factory. I bet to my employ about 500 people. Our factory no.
Talking about direct employment.
Direct employment. But me case is it goes beyond the 500. Because if you are going to employ, or if you are going to employ people in an ethanol factory, no, farmer now or no produce cassava, no, if they were two, now because of the demand for that factory, you have to multiply them by 20. So there's employment there. Now, Nipana or Kwakofa Banchino, and they are two cars transporting their core. Factory, no? What management? At the factory. It be 500, but beyond the 500 that are stationary at the factory, no? There are other secured, that is the key, secured permanent jobs for as long as those factories remain in operation. It continues. And people say, I'm a chemist. It's a no, I'm a trainer. Me prepare. I know the benefit of ethanol. I know the benefit of alcohol. Ghana, we've abused alcohol. But with this man, or catchere you say, when you mix ethanol with petrol, it does not only bring down the price of petrol, but it improves the quality of the petrol. And therefore, as the engine runs and undergo combustion, it can only help strengthen your engine and get your parts to flow, and the car will drive smoothly. What did the Pachana say? He's not only talking ethanol. He's talking biscuits. He's talking this. He's talking that. And unless you don't want to think and dream big, say, what is say me? My name is Juma, and I know how feasible and practically it can be done. Look, do you know how much one Land Cruiser costs? Land Cruiser back on is in excess of 100,000.
Exactly.
The key machines you would need to run these factories, if you take between 100 to 500,000, you buy as many as 2 or 3. Within a year, you less than 6 months, once it is in operation, you would have broken even. Sikama will say no one sang. Usanka you know, a one who tia work a scout. Obi coffee, what you are trading, there are 2 tables, one man, you didn't need a mamma. To my piano, my school fees. I say, I've seen what everybody have said. So, per se, Ghana undergoing a 360 revolutionary turn for progress. You see that? 360 revolutionary turn for progress. It is Kennedy, nothing else but Kennedy. Because onupani nipa, ni kasa, ni practical evidence to show. Say no cannot to my I mean, can't say the other contestants have not. Maybe I don't know what they have done. But who shared the level of industrialization, Honorable Kana? Mr. Nkum, if we don't give this man the chance to rule Ghana, maybe from 2029 7th January all the way to that would be what 2037, eh? So you go 2037. This country, Ebia, Mijidi pass around that time I'll still be alive. We would have gone back 20 years in our progression. Say Yama honorable point. I'm a number rule Ghana in 2029. And this man, God bekase me ba umrea media mawasase so brana bejiwa home. If all these brains were to turn into mortar, into anya, without the youth of this country benefiting from the brain of this man, I said our progress would have gone back 20 years.
In fact, as someone who came, there was this man on Kasai. He's a professor.
That's right.
Okatre me say there were certain historical background to be a what Tamale northern region ho. Anka by this time ka northern region ho no anka industrialization no ya yes adwuma no over 150 something years ago.
Me call Tumu. I think that I was in Tumu about 4 or 5 months ago. Me call on our way to Tumu no. Ye the plane call ye. Ewo ye ko see wa and ye fa car e ko Tumu. Ye tell me Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Oh, I've forgotten the factory. Me refi. But those who live in Tumu and they are watching the program, they can remind me.
Yeah.
If Kwame Nkrumah 58, 60 something years ago did that, now as of mine we've sat there and allowed all now we are approaching 40 million. Akaka you do 40 million people.
Yeah.
What is the best way to create employment in this country? It's industrialization. Nothing less, nothing more. Because it is not only, and then on your part-time job. And I say, oh, TMA, put your MPP colors aside, put your NDC colors aside. If there's any man who we cannot let go by without benefiting from as a country, Honorable Kennedy Japan. Give him the chance. Like, look, I've never seen a politician who can dare himself and tell the delegates that, look, mommy, one chance he pet Miss Remo, a son dancing, and yes, I'm going to
son dancing.
Mommy, one chance
to go form.
President Kufuor never said that. President Mills never said that. President Mahama never said that. President Nanado never said that. But this man is saying, give me 4 years. If the things I am saying I will do, if I don't do it, if you don't see it, and say these are tangible, so I did about to my point to say, if I don't do it and if I don't see it, get rid of me. I will even not have the moral right, the locals to come and stand in front of you to seek another 4 term. I say, give me your vote. I'll break Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's record. Is that an easy record to break?
It's not easy.
It's not easy. But also, Obia or thinking big or dream big or what bigger vision and knows where to move and how to get to where you want to move to. You challenge yourself better. Under Kennedy, mediocrity unacceptable.
Coach, me call Ivory Coast. Now me could do Ivory Coast. No, say Udu are this small speed boats. No,
that's right.
And now, and Canada, Japan can say Ore Ghana na Ore Odo River na Edahona. Or say we trace if you want more besen ko in Sawom.
Yes.
Eti mimi do Ivory Coast na me I mean boat no so na edeme ko no. Say the feeling.
I'm a sports person. Now say you call Olympic Games of France. During their opening ceremony, someone from Kaya. Saturday I would describe it.
Yes.
That's the first time I saw an opening ceremony like that. Countries, when they were being unveiled, no boat, no nam. like adult.
Yeah, said the
no
adult.
me musana himu flag. No himu flag. Me say what? It is the best I have seen in recent times. These are things we can do. Me ya kola no. Me ya me wa dobraka. E ho na me nyi. Me ya kola no. Odo no. De bia yetim. Yesi ye be ma epono. So say ekwa akosha epono. Yesi ye yete na be ya be ye ni kese na ye de epono abe fom akwa na boat nemu. Upese ukwa akra no betuma akotena mu na wo de ukọ. And I look at myself and I say, wow. As a country, couldn't we do this? Ghana pay your man, even green grass crap. No? We find it difficult to grow green grass. Jesus Christ. Your leaders, no money. This is the time to bring a practical leader, a man who walks the talk, or car, or yeah. In the Tanaha, and the campaign, he doesn't have any empirical evidence to show. I won't do it. Ghana will be out here coaching me, say me the football na me can was.
Yeah.
But me tuaba.
O tuaba.
Say James and Kratuaba.
Yeah.
Obi atuaba. Me say me tuaba ma me ni ho adachi. O man ye adwuma ye e dey show.
Looking at the track records of a new patriotic party, no, do you think these man you are talking about will be given the opportunity?
Look, that's what I'm saying, sir. So we MPP ni, we delegate. Think Ghana. So we MPP pedia.
Being a problem.
Then you may decide not to give Canada Japan the nod to rule this part and to come and rule Ghana. But if you are Ghana first, let the Ghanaianness in you help you to take the best decision ever. Me say that the Ghanaianness in you should lead you to decide. Don't allow any chief, don't allow anybody to intimidate you, don't allow anybody to force you to do things you think the Ghanaianness in you will not allow you to do. Open up and be bold and tell the person boldly in the face and say, look, young man, I'm Ghana. I'm thinking Ghana. And therefore the Ghanaianness in me will aid my sense of judgment, and I will vote for the person who can change Ghana for the better. Me matena brochida. Ma ko school wo ho. In sebi previous. Na no so me say me nko twase. Me per date manya date.
When that date.
Me say na brother invite me say, oh bra wo fi ha che bra na be twase na sambra. Me wo da brochi che me am pe.
Yeah.
Because me ko approach me because me na me cause me chira mo ma de o. Me ka pass me fee abrochi bag na me see na brother friend me. Wo he school we see braha school we see the child come and teach chemistry. We like you when you gave the and I me see I will teach the children of Ghana chemistry in Ghana.
So that means they are not far better than
us. They are not better than us in any way. They know they are aware. You know, class are more difference. We have gone through the hard way. Be a Ghana needing a new system. I'm telling you, unless sebi you are a lazy Ghanaian. But if you are a hard-working Ghanaian, like we've been brought up in the typical Ghanaian home, and the time has come. We need a leader who will create the job opportunity in this country to stop the youth from thinking they can only make it in life when they step out of this country. Me meti nyamaye madom. Me ko America me ko sua de wo ho and I'm there. Today, if I go to the American embassy and say I want a visa to go, and I don't think any rational counselor will turn me down. Because my records are there. Me sound too much in it. Everything about me will show. And they will see. I'm catching that me person me mukroma coming now. But so you Ghana ne that's a tie program we the time has come for you to be thinking that you want to come home and come and help build this country. And Honorable Canada Japan is the only person in Ghana as we speak today.
For now.
Take it or leave it. The fact remains the fact. The truth remains the truth. But look at the matter. When I listen to all the contestants, me the truth between nipa tupe and a kasa no mokano.
what I say when they've given the opportunity,
they will do it. But if I put the two together in a way, Honorable stands tall. So let's vote for him. Vote for him. You are a delegate. I'm not a delegate. I don't vote. You vote, but vote for him. And I'm saying, Magana who do and informing your decision. If your decision is informed because you are Ghana, you always get it right.
I mean, Nipa politically, what the politics so many years, and we're in the track record, sir. No politician in Ghana our timiama employment more than him. For a politician, one doctor bia na mabofra ba ko homfa no me call hospital and on me me do one am so me pentem nti nkomo nhwa abofra no na no say na crowd pentem sa de na me chair ni say me be ye adwuma no so adwuma we enya me hwe no wo boss crowd so ba na ye toma no and am say ade o say for obia ono ankasa timi yi ni bottom sika $6 million. $6 million for the born in my Ghana.
If my memory serves me right, Obi challenging.
Yes.
Obi challenging. And I'll say, look, the Kai video and say, I'm going to build, I'm going to do it. Yeah. And you see. Yes, that is the boldness we want to see in a leader. A leader whose boldness will lead to the betterment of the people of this country. A leader whose boldness will be a benefit to the people of Ghana. That is the person we want to see. Not somebody who only thinks about his family. Me feel US by. Now me pay radio station at Kasao. No radio station in Accra will give me the chance to talk. No radio station will give me the chance to talk. Me mbo mo day.
Yeah.
Me call her obisi fausi vibra. Me call her obisi. No, so I don't want to come and win. Me person may juma, but I want to be a regular pundit on your sports program. They were requesting for my CV, and back baby I me call it for dear. The one who was requesting for my CV, I am a genius or a academy. I'm saying what? I know you very well. I mean, sabi. Me book course bia nimtia. Course bia nyami kwanya etia nyami di ma obia no. Different. We all cannot be doctors. We all cannot do the sort of things I'm doing.
Exactly.
Then we shouldn't say, don't you remember me? Only me, own me. Okay. And now me boss be your friend Karim, and your friend Moshosho. And no catch Moshosho say, Moshosho, me pesa uma, me coach be. No Ghana be or school I feel no, but pesa uma na kwenya na ombe kasa wo program so, and you will love him when he speak. Now, me wanna offer him say, Moshosho see mimbra. I say, now my family cry, what him for? Look, that day, me bah. I remember it was on a Saturday. Moshosho, who me and me channel say, are you sure you're on top of the Ghanaian game? And I'm say, just put me on the show. And I'm catching Moshosho say, if I do this program for you, and you don't want me, I will never. I see every chance as my last chance. Exactly. So me I don't. Last.
Want me
second chance. Second chance. Also second chance. Who should give you second chance?
No second chance.
Me catch him say, if you put me on the platform, you will call me to come back. And I'm Moshosho. Me buy and or me got 2 platforms so. Gami abake ni Ashantan. Kana me say. Ashantan.
So say opera.
She say, David. She say, ya share I'm gonna say.
Wonderful.
Look. Moshe should be a question now. Pa. And my level of discourse at the time. Satan now of Akwachi. He was listening to the program. Dr. Mose at your program. No, me you program ni pet. And now of a friend. Moshe should say, na abrante no kwanya ne fi. Moshe should say, we de nyame na di na bremio. They were shocked. So when I was going, Moshe said, no, coach, don't go, come. My boss wants to talk to you. And I was fakwachi, me kai, friend me say, coach, now who fi and I'm kasa no so. tabra.
Yeah,
bra. Na me say oh, say me nye adwuma. Me buy enchant me be me ba. Enti mo hwehwa ma me days no. You know what mo hwehwa dey? Me kasa wa ha 2 weeks, 3 weeks and my FM is a big platform.
Yeah.
Me didn't pity you know. Afi other radio station no, we who no friend we no mo omo friend mo na mo say I'm not going to give you his number. So Moshoso kept my number away from every other radio station for 1 year.
Wonderful.
Because he thought that this is an asset that he needed to Canada Japan ne juma bia ni ho a ye po bi o.
Dabi.
Ye po bi. Uba na say okay, the opportunity is given to you to do the work and let's see the impact you can make. In a minute, 7 previous, I mean, Drew baby, every radio station wants to talk to me when it comes to football.
Yeah.
Because I have educated and I'm so grateful until today. When I'm sitting here and I'm talking, it's not about MPP, it's not about NDs. Yeah. It's about the best for Ghana.
The Ghana.
And I'm so wherever I go today, people recognize me. And I tell people this is my home.
Yeah.
A band radio about someone or Man FM net 2 is my home. Because when nobody saw the competence in me, they were not ready to give me. See, the top sports station in this country, they were in Accra, they were not ready to give me the chance. But I say no.
Yeah.
I've gotten to the level where I can select, apart from here and one other station. I don't go anywhere. And to me, dear, my camp message is MPP delegate. All that we are saying is very simple. Let the Ghanaianness in you inform your decision. And if you think Ghana, the best person for Ghana in 2029, is your Honorable Kennedy Akumpreko Bemaba Ajapong. The boldness in him. We need a leader who is bold, who will take bold decisions to the benefit of the ordinary Ghanaian.
One guy be framing. And I say, Minya, a juma wu ye, a so many. Na men so me pese me boa kwan be na me fa so a me boa and am say kwan a be fa so aboa me am say e ya hwemi show no.
That's right.
And one no.
That's it.
No say sa me say an hwemi show no. O say chale o boss me pena sem keke.
That's right.
Na am say den why am o say me nim numpo me hu ne da but adwuma papa na ye no e na me ankasa nso me kira de me secondary school teacher.
That's right.
Na enkola nketenkete na ba school ho kra na wo school ho no. Only omo kasa ebinum oya am say on person omo ye politics, they want to go into politics. And all catch say na Ghana politics na ye mbu nkofo wo mu no e na mo de wo person mo go into politics. O say akwala ba ko ka kire ne say wo mbu obia politician bia o Ghana akra nya Kennedy Japan.
Of course.
And obusa ne say what do you know about Kennedy Japan, because wo akwala kete de na onim. O say akwala ne sha ase say obobo first thing eye say emayo bi kopie wo eyi
oman so
wo mo kwa ka obi man so na Ghana wo mampani but wo mo frɛ Kennedy Japan e kyerɛ sɛ ɔno nso yɛ politician yibu no so I want to become like Kennedy Japan. Or say from that day and o sha say odi Kennedy we di n'echi no no de ohun say MPP person back to power, the man is their last bet.
Me say MPP a serious political party. I'm name Omoyena. There are researchers in that party. They should send the party research team and let it go national. If they are bold enough, they should bring out the survey. They should bring out the results. And to your executive be not say you are screwing the election to favor one. You have to be very careful. Because when you're careful, you'll be disgraced. And coming back for reinstatement, you'll be packed aside. Mid-year. Like I said, Mimbetnaha. Embedi ubiatem. No. Udo Ghana ye Kennedy.
Yeah.
Upe Ghana ye Kennedy. Upe se Ghana edimu Ghana ekonkanya ye Kennedy. Upe se Bibi Papa Bia Udrin Huma Ghana Bia Aye Kennedy. He stands for that. Those are the values of the man we are talking about. He goes to the north. His legacy is there. You go to Asin, his legacy is there. You go to your friend's Ashanti region, his legacy is there. You come to Greater Accra, his legacy is there. Everywhere. He said, I want to develop this country. He's bold enough to say that when I go into my business transactions meeting, I'm able to market the Volta region, the northern. I'm not a Voltarian. Yeah. I'm not a northerner. But it's about Ghana first. He said, when somebody speaks like that, and he makes such bold, emphatic statement.
And he has been consistent.
And he's been consistent, and he's walking the talk now. No wonder. I know of people, friends, who support NDC. And they've said it boldly, plainly. You bring that man, some of us will have to rethink the way we do our voting. And I've told them, the Ghanaianness in you should inform your decision. So Ghana is scared. Look, close to over 15,000.
No, there were 21,000. 21,000 people.
Believe it. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
Ajumanti. And Canada, Japan is telling you that, look, Volta region, Nyankopon ama bibi wo ho esese etimi di.
Aba. Look,
obi in free Volta region.
Look, the youth of this country will never forgive the delegates of NPP. And no delegate will have the moral right to even go to them to go and campaign. If you deny them of their choice, they will make the next president. The youth of Ghana, they will make the next president. Put all your candidates on the line. Which one of them is more appealing to the youth?
Canada, Japan.
You take it, you hate it, but that is the fact. That is the truth. If it is factual and it's truthful, I don't mean to say it.
Yeah.
He's the one that they appreciate the most. So if you don't give them what they want, they are telling you. If you are a delegate and you want to affirm your decision on your own, go to the street. Wherever you find yourself, go to the street there and ask those who will be voting in 2028 that which of these 5 distinguished gentlemen, leaders, honorable sons of Ghana and NPP, if you were to put forward, will you vote for and why? Just go and do the sample size based on your financial powers. You can do your own sample size. If you get less than 85% of them saying Ken, don't vote for Ken.
Coach, unim say in business, you say opposite will beat your opponent now. You need to raise your standards to affect your opponent.
That's right.
Now, talking about hotels, tourism, UAE and other countries. On says Cecilia say Dubai for UAE for no matter sidin no mun say no. Say ye ka ewiase nyina ye krom akra de nso nto. Ye ni asase a ye de kwa kodua aduane. Etidie ne ye nso ye be ya ye nsa be koya no de bia. Say ye see the tallest building in the whole world. Enne okohwe business omo ayi emfaso ade bre wo mo odi ano to nchen oba Ghana ha Canada Japan asem o kani say ono nkonkosi the most tallest building no but mayensu yensi eye hotel aba all the continent ni nyina no ni shape ye de be design sa hotel no coach meti we
Ghana is the center of the world.
Yes.
Map now, map now. The Ghana one. The Greenwich Meridian. We don't lack anything. It's bad leadership. And send me pray that Gaddafi Tiasia. Nobody was poor in Libya. Nobody paid school fees from kindergarten to the university in Libya. Nobody. Yes. Nobody rented a house in Libya. The state was using only their oil money to do all those things for everybody in Libya.
Oil money now, yes, you be wahano.
Oh my goodness.
And you do to my workout.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Ejumaya for ni packet twabino. And they are the one benefiting from the oil.
Yeah.
And the rest, the majority of the population of Ghana are not benefiting. Now baby Ghana shay. And then I pay nyame from mine.
And it says building ya okay. Say nyame ya na dum no ti.
Volta region.
Look at the pool.
And people will look at the Volta Lake. Go there, look at the surrounding there. Oh, be our Sifia closer to the lake beyond. Yes, just move. We need to make that the hub of tourism.
Simple.
Simple. To generate funds. Ghana, thankfully, is a peaceful country. So these stories